So when I talk with prospective clients or I look at some of the information online, I see a lot of the same questions with regard to flu vaccines and how they may cause shoulder injuries. And the most common questions that I see, hold on, I'll start. And here are 5 of the most common questions I see. First, can a flu shot cause shoulder damage? And the answer is yes. What we call it is SIRVA, or shoulder injury related to vaccine administration. And the way that it works is a vaccine is administered intramuscularly, but into the shoulder joint as opposed to the deltoid muscle. And it can cause damage to the components of your shoulder joint, the tendons, the ligaments, or the bursa sac within that joint. Another question I get or see a lot is, with respect to shoulder injuries, can a flu shot cause frozen shoulder? And again, the answer is yes. Frozen shoulder is something that develops over time, but usually first there is some sort of trauma to the shoulder. And then from there, with lack of treatment or lack of exercise, the shoulder can become frozen. And we also call this adhesive capsulitis. It's a very common injury that we see in our clients, and that can be associated with SIRVA. Another question I see is, if this is caused by a flu shot, where should my vaccine be administered if it's going to be administered safely? And whenever you get an intramuscular vaccine, whoever is administering it should be landmarking where they're going to place that vaccine. And the way that they do that is they measure down from the top of your shoulder blade, and they find an area on your deltoid muscle to safely administer the vaccine. There's some other ways that they can ensure they're administering it safely. Being on the same level as you. If you're seated, they should be seated. If you're standing, they should be standing. Just so that they make sure that they're administering it at a 90-degree angle and into that deltoid muscle. Okay. Another question I get is, if I have SIRVA, or how do I know I have SIRVA? What are the symptoms that I should be looking for? And with any shoulder injury, what you're looking for is, first of all, pain. You're looking for pain in that shoulder area, typically within 48 hours of the administration of the vaccine. Also, you're looking for restricted or limited range of motion. So if it hurts to raise your shoulder or reach behind your back, or you're limited in your full range of motion, that's another sign of potential SIRVA injury. Finally, there could be some reduced strength. So if it's difficult to lift a gallon of milk or carry your groceries in from the car, that's another sign that you may have a SIRVA injury. And finally, in addition to SIRVA, I see a lot of questions about what other injuries can be caused by the flu shot. SIRVA is by far the most common one that we see, but we do also see Guillain-Barré syndrome as well. How do you want me to wrap this one up?
I'm thinking we do the book and pick outro, and then even though we're putting in the middle, like we have a goal subscribe kind of thing.
Yeah. So so these guys are more like the stuff that we used to do, where we would say like, watch this next video. Otherwise, because we didn't do that previously, we could just film a book promo at the very end when we're done filming the rest of these videos, so he doesn't keep saying the same thing.
Yeah, let's do like a book promo at the end.
Okay.